Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is VFitter University. We are the first practical university in the world, and we bridge the gap between knowledge and wisdom using AI simulations, predictions, and experiments. So we are here with Blake Miller, the CEO of Homebase.ai, and we're super excited. Please introduce yourself, and we can go from there.
Yeah, happy to be here. My name is Blake Miller. I'm the founder of Homebase.ai. We actually were just acquired by Quacks a few months ago as well, so now part of the Quacks family, Quacks company. But what we do is we make apartment buildings smart and make them smart utilizing the Internet of Things, so everything from smart locks to smart thermostats to managed Wi-Fi and things that go into the building to help get all these devices connected so that residents can use them to unlock their door and get connected to the Internet, change their thermostat, let their friends and family in or dog walker in, to the management side to be able to start to automate a lot of the management of the building. So all of this is in an effort to make buildings more efficient, more sustainable, and ultimately just amazing places to live. And I think we've been at this for about 7 years now. We're in 33 states. We've got 75 plus customers, and really just growing and working on a lot of really exciting projects and communities all across the country.
This is amazing. So apart from homeowners, are you guys offering your services to businesses or any other, basically not residential areas, or it's actually built?
No, so we sell and we work directly with our first customer is apartment owners. So we work with them and their managers to install all of these things. And then ultimately we also have their residents who utilize them. So all primarily in apartment buildings and have been primarily focused with residential. But over the last few years, we've started to do a lot more mixed use style buildings that do have office buildings or co-working spaces and maybe cafes that we've helped figure out how do we secure them with smart access control and get the right people in and out of those communities safely. And also how do you connect those spaces? So being able to deploy the Wi-Fi in those areas and it's really easy for those businesses to get connected to the Internet, not have to worry about getting some cable guy to come out and installing their own Wi-Fi network in a cafe. They can just tap into the building's core network.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. So can you bring us from like 0 to 100 of this entire process? How do they apply? How do they buy those sensors? And how is the implementation?
So we do both new and retrofit buildings, but kind of easier to describe a new construction and what we're doing there. And everything starts with securing the building and thinking about every door in the building and how we're going to make it connected so that we can have residents be able to utilize their phone to get through every door that they need to, or vendors or maintenance staff through every door that they need through. And so we do everything from your battery powered locks that connect via Bluetooth, where like the phone or the fob at the unit door, deadbolts or mortise locks, but they're all battery powered and offline, meaning they only get connected to the Internet when a phone is talking to it via Bluetooth. And then all the rest of the doors in the building are we try, if they're low traffic community doors, we try to keep them offline as well. And then it's like the perimeter areas or the higher traffic amenity spaces like your gym are going to be the only locks that are actually connected to the Internet, and those are connected via power over Ethernet, just like running a cable to it. And that's like your typical card reader that you'd see that you use a card or a fob. We also use a phone, and it's all in the same app, all within Homebase for the residents and for all the other people that are coming through the building for that.
This is interesting. So I assume already that your company is an exponential company. That means you guys use technology and leverage technology in a way that you guys grow exponentially without having to deal with a lot of the corporate stuff that bigger companies deal with. So saying that, how many employees do you guys have, and how do you see the scale of this business in the future in terms of labor?
So Homebase team is about 45 people. Quacks team is about 65, 70 people. So I think we're just over 100 as a team together. Oh. And ultimately, I think our team will grow as an efficient team. We don't have to be really huge to do some of the things that we're doing. As you said, things that we're doing, the tools that we're building internally make us more efficient, able to do more with less. But ultimately, the product and the platforms that we're building operating system that we're building for multifamily and eventually office and some of these others, are all around helping property management teams manage properties with less people. And not just because you want to away kill jobs or anything. It's quite the contrary. It's a really tough job for people to have. Property management is really, frankly, a thankless job for people to have. And so a lot of the things that we're doing is utilizing this infrastructure, making it smart, and giving the tools to these management teams to be able to manage their property more efficiently, manage it with less people, or give the people that are managing it a lot of time back in their day to focus on the residents themselves and build a better community and really create that human connection. And it's because giving them all the data to be able to know if an HVAC system is failing, or there's a leak in the building, or a management team doesn't have to be there at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning to wait for a new resident to move in, give a new resident their keys to move in, and that resident doesn't show up till noon because moving's a headache and nothing ever goes right, and you just wasted 4 hours of that manager's time, where maybe they could have utilized the smart locks to be able to give us a virtual key to that resident to move in without having to do any of that check-in process, and that property manager can go to their kids' soccer game in the morning and go to the property in the afternoon and check in on everybody. But using the technology to give these tools to both sides and create a great experience is kind of where the exponential growth opportunity comes from.
Awesome. So I think you answered this, but I'm going to ask it specifically for AI. How do you guys leverage AI and machine learning and patterning? Because we are using it in a simulation way. So we basically bridge the gap between knowledge and wisdom with these simulations that have specific attributes. For example, in chemistry, you could mix different compounds without having to deal with the actual compound in the lab. And that makes you be able to test 100 reactions altogether and get the result of that written down and even merged for your practical decisions. How do you guys use machine learning and AI in this process?
I think that there's a lot of examples for sure. We're very much though at like the tip of the iceberg, and so we're just starting to figure out opportunities beyond just a lot of the connecting of the devices that we've done. But an example that we've been looking at for a little while that we started to spot as an opportunity, and now trying to figure out the best way to do it with our partners and customers is, and actually our acquisition with the Quacks actually will accelerate this because we have a patented smart thermostat now that we can even get more data from and have more insight. But being able to look at how thermostats are running throughout a property, all 400 of them, starts to give us a lot of insight, both like, the runtime of the thermostats, but potentially do demand response in the building. And the fact that we have different apps that can allow residents to opt into demand response tools give us a lot of functionality where we can start to detect the thermostat's air filter or HVAC system's air filter needs replaced based off of the runtime of the thermostat. It's run about 300 hours, and we look out across the rest of the property and figure out that another 30 or 40 thermostats are also within that range. We now, utilizing machine learning, we can start to predict when those thermostats need actual, or the air filters need actual replacement, and then utilizing generative AI, we can generate a optimized schedule of replacement for it that helps order all of the filters at one time. It helps the property automate the interactions with the resident to let them know somebody's coming in to replace their thermostats or air filters, excuse me, check on the thermostat to make sure everything's running properly, and do it and automate the workflow of managing that as well. And all at the click of a button are things that we can do, and it's going to not only make that experience better and save on labor and save on back and forth or time wasting, but it's also going to extend the life of the HVAC system. It's going to make the air filter, the air in the actual unit better and potentially safer for people. So there's a lot of things that all that starts to go into, and leveraging basically the data to be able to create new workflows for the management team is opportunities we see.
And one serious question: are we in the future, or you see this still going a little bit more?
We're in the first inning of this stuff. It's so early. There's been a lot of great companies that have started and have kind of the first generation, second generation of some of these things, and we have a lot of really good use cases of things that actually work and are actually providing value to people. And now that we're providing that initial layer of value, we're able to start looking at building a lot of these visions of the future because we've earned the right to start doing so.
Exactly, or even at least testing it to see if it works or not. But you're absolutely right. How do you see the end result? Imagine if AI fully integrates with your systems, if there's an upgrade and your clients now have adapted your technology, but now they want to improve it a little bit more using AI. What is that end result looking like in the future?
It's kind of a vision of the future, like the Jetsons, right? Or just buildings that work for you or work for all of us.
Because we met a guy who basically is making flying cars, right? So that's why I asked this, because he already built the prototype and he's coming to Canada to make it. And I'm thinking they're making AI, you guys are making AI, and it's in the two of the most practical possible way. It's not something that is just in university theory helping people cheat in their exams, right? So when AI first came out, everybody abused it. They used it in the wrong direction, but this is the practical application of AI, and I want to show my viewers that how it looks like when you actually use it in solving big problems.
I think we're at the very tip of the iceberg and really just starting to think about how to use it valuably, and AI is going to be created really just kind of one workflow at a time. And future, it's trite. I've seen it said everywhere, but the future is here, though. It's just not evenly distributed.
Interesting. And is there anything else you want to talk about with the audience?
No, off the top of my head.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Have an awesome day, and we'll reach back to you in a month. Let's just do a progress update for the channel. And apart from that, we're all good. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Take
care, man.
Cool. Thanks.